Student, today we will discuss about a new chapter that is a hard word written by William Holmes MC Guffey, who is an English reader. So let's begin the chapter. A hard word. This story is about a boy who is unable to say a particular word. Read on to find out what happens because of it. So here is the starting section 1. Let's read the section 1. P-O po popo C-A-T cat popo cat. Oh dear, what a hard word. Let me see. Popo tittle. I can never pronounce it. I am sure I wish they would not have such hard names in geography, said George Gould. Quite out of patience, will you please tell me how to pronounce the name of this mountain, Father? Why do you call that a hard word to pronounce, George? I know much harder word than that. Well, Father, this is the hardest word I ever saw, replied George. I wish they had put the name into the volcano and burnt it up. So here in this paragraph we have it is said that a boy named George Gould is unable to pronounce the name of a mountain. Here is the name of the mountain, that is Popocatépetl. Here is the mountain. You can see this word he can't able to pronounce. So he called his father and said to him that, can you help me to pronounce this word? So father said that he knew harder word than that. And in this line, George also shows his anger about the word, about the name of the mountain. I know how to pronounce it, said Jane. It is Popocatépetl. Popocatépetl, said George, stopping at each syllable. Well, it is not so very hard after all, but I wish they would not have any long words, and then one could pronounce them easily enough. I do not think so, said his father. Some of the hardest words I ever seen are the shortest. I know one little word with only 2 letters in it, that very few children or men can always speak. Oh, I suppose it is a French-German word, isn't Father? No, it is English, and you may think it strange, but it is just as hard to pronounce in one language as another. Only 2 letters? What can it be? Cried both the children. So here in this paragraph, his father said that he know the hardest word which is too short, that is of 2 letters only. So George said that it can be a French or German word, but father said no, it is in English. So both the children are excited to know that word. Cried means excited. So next, the hardest word, replied their father, I have ever met with any language, and I have learned several. is a little word of two letters. No. N-O. No. Now you are making fun of us, cried the children. That is one of the easiest words in the world. And to prove that their father was mistaken, they both repeated N-O, no, N-O, no, as great many times. I'm not joking in the least. I really think it is the hardest of all words. It may seem easy enough to you tonight, but you may not be able to pronounce it tomorrow. I can always say it. I know I can, said George with much confidence. No. Why, it is as easy to say it as to breathe. Well, George, I hope you will always find it as easy to pronounce as you think it is now, and that you will be able to speak it when you out too. Let's understand this paragraph meaning. So in this, father has said that the hardest word is no. So the children started making fun of his father and saying that it is as easy to breathe. So father has said to George that you will be always able to pronounce that when you out too. So this is what I have completed this section 1, and then we will move to section 2. We have started section 2. In the morning, George went bravely to the school, a little proud that he could pronounce so hard a word as Popocatépetl. Not far from the schoolhouse was a large pond of very deep water where the boys used to skate and slide when it was frozen over. Now, the night before, Jack Frost has been busy changing the surface of pond into beautiful crystals of ice, and when the boys went to school in the morning, they found the pond as smooth, as clear as glass. The day was cold, and they thought that by noon the ice would be strong enough to skate upon. As soon as the school was dismissed, the boys ran to the pond, some to try the ice and others merely to see it. Come, George, said William Green. Now we shall have a glorious time sliding. George hesitated and said he did not believe it was strong enough, for it had been frozen over only one night. Oh, come on, said another boy. I know it is strong enough. I have known it to freeze over in one night many a time. Haven't you, John? Yes, answered John Brown. It didn't so one night last winter, and it wasn't so cold as it was last night either. But George still hesitated, for his father has forbidden him to go on the ice without special permission. So in this, we have seen that the George was very proud because he knew how to pronounce the name of the hardest word, that the name of the mountain, that is Popocatépetl. So when they were going to the school, they found that the pond has been frozen and can be used to skate and slide. Here is the term comes